Your competitors is already spending months and thousands of dollars researching your customer for you, and they're handling the result for free. Sounds too good? It's not. It's sitting in friend's side. Most toys and game creators walk right past it. Collected through thousands of customer review, questions and answers, months of listening experiment. Every single 5-star review tells you what your target buyer actually value. Every single 1-star review tells you what exactly frustrates the customers. I'm Jason Shea, founder of Toy Launch, where we run Amazon management, digital marketing, and the in-house studio, and also TikTok shop management with toys and game brands. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact way we read a niche before we take on the product. I'm going to do it on one real one as well, live. And here's a belief I want you to flip today. Most creators think market research is about sizing the opportunity. It's not all about that. It's about finding the one buyers everyone else is ignoring. And let me show you how. This is the day 2 of our 7-day Amazon Launchpad Challenge. This is also about something that most Amazon guide bury too far down. It's to understand your actual buyer, not just the end user, people with the credit card. Most toys and game creators write their listing for the child or for the kid. The child doesn't have a credit card. For the vast majority of the toys and game product, your actual buyer are parents, grandparents, giver, or educators, or it could be a collector, or like kid doll is definitely huge right now in the toys and game industry. That person is standing in front of their phone or computer, looking at the search result, making a purchase decision in about 2 seconds. They are buying a solution to a problem, a birthday gift for 7 years old, something screen-free for a rainy afternoon, educational toy that their kids will actually use. If your listing, your image, your title, and your bullet point are all written for the child, for the fun of the toy, but not for the adult who's doing the buying, you're talking to the wrong person. Every piece of your marketing, starting with the research you do today, should be built around the buyer. And this is an insight that separates listing that convert from the listing that doesn't convert. And here's the number I want you to think about. Amazon have over 12 million products listing on their platform. Toys and game category alone is massive. Your buyer isn't just searching for your product specifically, probably don't even know it exists yet. They're searching for a solution to a problem. The brand that show up and convert are the ones that understand the problem better than anyone else, that build every single element of their listing, try to answer it. The market research is not just about sizing your opportunity. It's about understanding the exact decision your buyer is making. What do they search for? What makes them click one product over the other? What objection makes them hesitate before adding to cart? What question do they ask in the Q&A session? What did they complain about the 1-star review they brought from before that failed to address? When you know those answers, you can build a listing that speaks directly to the buyer who are already looking for what you sell. The single most valuable thing you can do today is to go to Amazon and read your competitors' review, not your own review, your competitors. Go to the top 5 product that's in your category. Find the product with the most review, open the review filter, and just start reading some of the review. You want to start out by reading the 5-star review first and ask yourself, what are the buyer specifically praising? Not the product in general. What specific element they do call out? For example, my daughter couldn't put it down. This is perfect for our game night. Arrive in time for the birthday. Those are the details that tell you exactly what your target buyers really value. Then you read the 1-star review. Ask yourself, what are the buyers frustrated about the most about the brand that failed to deliver? Is the instruction were too confusing? Box was misleading about the age maybe? The piece broke after a week? It took too long to learn the rule? What exactly is people complaining about? If every single competitor has complained about confusing instruction, and you write the best instruction in the category, you have advantage that really matter. Then you also want to read the Q&A session on Amazon as well. Buyer will post questions where they have concern about the listing that didn't answer. This product, for example, is this product safe for 2 years old? How long does the game take? Does it require battery? Every single question in the session is an objection your listing should also answer. Spend at least 30 minutes on this step. This is not a fancy work, but this is going to be the most useful research that you'll do today. The second thing you want to do is think about building your own buyer persona. A buyer persona is not a demographic profile. It's a decision moment. You're not trying to describe a type of person. You're really trying to understand a specific situation where they are in, where they decide to buy. What are they trying to solve? What makes them choose one product over the other? What makes them trust the product enough? The add to cart button. For a toys and game brand, a strong personnel captures 3 things. First, who is this person? What is their context? Are they buying for their own trial? Are they a gift buying? Are they shopping last minute or planning ahead? Second, what problem are they trying to solve? Boredom on the road trip, a birthday gift for a nephew that didn't know really well, educational tool that their child's teacher recommend? Third, what make them trust the product? Number of review, photo of the product being used, age label, safety certification mentioned in the listing, so on and so forth. Building one or two buyer personas from what you have found in the review, then write them out in plain sight. Not in marketing speak, but in plain sight that describe a real person making the real decision. Then look at every single element of your listing and ask, does this really speak it to that person? And now with the help of AI, you can do this exercise quickly as well. We'll also make sure we include some AI prompt to do this exercise in our worksheet as well, which will also include. So now you understand the buyer. The third part is now it's time to understand the market data behind your category. The tool I'm going to walk you through today is DataDive. This is a tool that we use internally as well for our clients. So first, let me just share my screen. I'm going to show you what some of the data you can pull using a third-party tool like DataDive. For example, I'm pulling up one of the category in kind of a game categories. How this works is you first need to find a top 10 competitor that is selling similar product to yourself. Then once you find at least minimum of 10 competitors, the tool is going to pull all the data together. What is the total revenue, total sales, median price? What does their review look like? In this 10 product, they have 27,552 reviews. What is the median BSR, or best selling rank? And then what are all the sellers' country? What is the median? How many of them are using FBA? How many of them are FBN? So on and so forth. And then you also show you a lot more data, like who is the top seller? What is the top number one on the page? What are some of the top keyword everyone is looking for? Then the next thing you want to also pay attention to is going to be the master keyword. What a master keyword list is really a list of keyword that's highly relevant and also decent search volume for your specific industry. So you definitely want to also look at the keywords and try to figure out what will be the list of keywords that is relevant that you can put together. What is the total search volume for all those keywords? And also, what is the search volume on page one? So like total search volume for all the keywords for this list is about 530,000. A search volume per month. And then you can see what exactly is going on as well. What exactly is your competitors doing? Are they strong on some of those keywords? Are they weak on the keywords? So this is a type of analysis you want to do in depth by looking at your niche. And then DataDive tool also give you a deep dive for a full competitive gap analysis as well, which I can also show you inside your niche. So you can see what exactly is happening inside your competitors. For example, this is what it look like. It will show you all the detailed data per competitor as well. Like for example, what does their listing look like? What does their sales look like? You can also load sales data as well. That just give you a lot more data that you can use in your initial analysis to understand your niche. And then what you want to set up is to set up the master keyword list inside DataDive, because this master keyword list is what you'll be using for advertising optimization, search engine optimization, and listing optimization. So having this initial list put together is super, super important before you start doing any kind of marketing on Amazon. And if you want to follow along in DataDive yourself, we also set up a special deal for you, for our listeners and audience. Go to toy-launch.com/DataDive. This will give you a 2-week free trial plus 10% off on your first month. Full disclosure, this is our partner link. Also put the full offer detail at the end and also in the description. But again, this is a very, very important data, because without this data, you are fighting in Amazon blind. Every single search term that you can find inside the tool, you will define how do you target this market that you're trying to go into. You can see the real data and what words are currently working. You can also see what is the current suggested bid on Amazon if you want to bid on those categories. For example, this particular game called Taco, Cats, Go, Cheese, and Pizza, they are doing extremely well. So they are like ranking extremely high on some of the major keywords here. So you can also see who's selling well, who's ranking well, who's not ranking well. And then you can also identify gaps. For example, like this product from Mattel, well, Uno, one of the best selling games, actually didn't get indexed for some reason for cards games for teenager. They are not even indexed there. So again, this is a type of gap you can see like a keyword gap inside the keyword analysis. So identify how can you do a better job for them by looking at different data as well on the platform. Next, so after you have done your review research and your data dive analysis, I want you to really answer one question. Where are your competitors consistently falling short? It might be in the instruction. It might be in the quality of product material. It might be how they are communicating their product. It might be none of them are speaking directly to the grandparent who are buying a birthday kit. They're all writing for parents. So that gap is your positioning. That is the angle your listing should be building on. So write it down and make sure you do your research and do your homework so you know how to really tackle your particular market correctly. So let's recap what we have covered today. 1, your buyer is almost always adult, parent, a grandparent, a gift giver, not a child that's playing the product. So build everything around that person. 2nd, read your competitor's review. 5-star review tell you what the buyer really value. 1-star review tell you opportunity. 3rd, update the Q&A session. Every single question is an objection your listing should answer. 4, build 1 or 2 buyer persona, not a demographic. Make sure you find out the decision moment. And then 5, use DataDive. Start a niche dive, read the overview for revenue, median price, review. You can find the gap between the demand and also the keyword strengths. Then you open the master keyword list to see the term your buyer actually search for. Number 6, identify your gap. The one thing that you can do better or different that the real buyer are actually asking. You can find today's checklist for today's lesson is waiting for you inside our free communities, Toys and Game Launchpad. This is where every single day's trainings, templates, PDFs, step-by-step worksheet, it's all going to be lived inside our community, so you can follow along when you are watching the video. Go to toy-launch.com/group or tap the link in the comment to join our free communities as well. And if you want to run the research in DataDive like the one I just showed you, feel free to use our affiliate link, toy-launch.com/DataDive. This will give you, again, 2 weeks of free trial plus 10% off of your first month. This is our partner link. And now you know who your buyer is, where your opening is. Tomorrow, we'll talk about the first physical thing they will ever touch on your brand work for you. So day 3 is going to be talking about branding and packaging. Most people treat packaging as a protection. I'm going to show you why this is actually your best revenue generating tool. Please watch the next video here.